The land of Lincoln? Question mark? I put the question mark in there. You know why? Because I think we have to ask questions. Or is it the land of make-believe? JB Pritzker, Governor JB Pritzker, out on Twitter in the Twittersville area. And of course, I understand, as you do, that JB's not out there hitting the keyboard, right? Or his iPhone and posting up on Twitter. This is his social media team, bought and paid for. But this is what he has to say. Over 300,000 businesses filed to set up shop. I mean, this is right here. I'm reading it. In our state through 2021 and 2022, Illinois leads the Midwest in business startups because entrepreneurs know they have a state government and a governor on the side of our small business community. This gets back to JB and many of his antics. And if you like what you see here, we hope and encourage you to go and subscribe to our different social media platforms, whether that be YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, Facebook. Hey, we're going to try doing a lot of stuff like this in the future. But getting back to this, 300,000 leading the Midwest. Who do you think you're kidding, JB? You know, this is almost as bad as the one you put out there about the Republicans aren't the party of freedom. That is you, the Democrats. Well, JB, correct me if I'm wrong here. Did you not just shut down the entire state of Illinois for almost 4 years? Are you kidding me? You know what? You should go out and look at the responses to this tweet that he put out. It's funny. I mean, no one's buying it. You know, go out to Illinois Policy, go out to Wire Points, go out to any non-mainstream media source and truly do a deep dive on what JB has done to the state of Illinois. This is just evidence of this man's inability to grasp reality. You know, when I talk about reality, I talk about truth. JB doesn't have a firm grasp of the truth. Part of that reason is because he has no desire to represent the people of Illinois. What he is representing is his opportunity to hopefully parlay a run for the presidency. If you don't believe that, once again, Wire Points just did an article out there on the Wall Street Journal and some of those people on Wall Street in particular that say, yeah, this is becoming real. We're starting to see the stage set, right? This is all political theater. JB's very good at that. I mean, they caught him on an FBI recorded line with Rod Blagojevich back when Blagojevich was trying to sell Obama's Senate seat here in Illinois. And JB is recorded as basically saying that he wanted the seat. He was trying to figure out how it was he could attain that seat. Now I believe his aspirations as a second-term governor and all the draconian lockdowns, all the draconian legislation as it involves around life, and JB will just say that that's a freedom. It's the freedom to choose whether you kill your baby or not. That's JB Pritzker. Sanctuary states. JB has doubled down on what Bruce Rauner had put out there during his tenure as governor of Illinois. JB has opened our state up. And if you follow us on the Morning Buzz, or I should say, if you follow us on the morning show with the Morning Buzz, you will realize that the Cat and I did a piece on a gentleman named John and his family who came from Romania via Madrid, Spain, into Mexico City in order to walk across the southern border and surrender themselves to the Border Patrol so they could continue to live in America, because what they were told in Romania was the border's open. Come. Everyone is welcome. The American dream. Now you have that gentleman on the soil, or on American soil, and he's been here 13 to 14 months. They've had a baby since coming here. They left multiple children behind, according to their story. And their belief is that someday they will reunite as a family. However, over the past 13 to 14 months, all they've done in Pritzker's Illinois is they've been roaming gypsies, which is kind of characteristic of folks who are refugees. They're roaming around. They're panhandling. They can't establish themselves. You know, when you talk about the American dream, yes, it is something that is real. And it does take suffering, and it does take hard work. And days gone by, people came here with very little means and were able to parlay that into a life. However, when the border is totally open to the extent that millions of people are coming flooding across, what does that do to the economy of scales in any one of these border states? And when I say border states, that includes every state, because and maybe that's where JB's coming up with this $300,000 new job startups. Maybe these people are trying to just start a living for themselves and they register. I don't know what it entails. And neither does anybody, because JB hasn't put forth a list. If you can find one, please put it in the chat. Let us know where JB's coming up with his 300,000 business startups, because we do know this. More people have left Illinois in the past 10 years than almost any other state. We rank in one of the top states when it comes to out migration, which simply means people moving out. Now, I give it to you that we have people moving in, and this is a net loss of people. Over 1 million people over a decade. We know this to be true because we used to be the fifth most populated state in the United States. Now we're number 6. We fell behind Pennsylvania. An interesting point about that is we are one of the largest economies when it comes to gross national product or gross domestic product. We have what we do. JB's said many times, we've gone over $1 trillion in gross domestic product. And JB's true in saying that. However, if we're one of the fifth largest economies in the United States, one of the largest economies in the world, I think ranks up there around 18, then how is it that when it comes to fiscal responsibility, we rank at the bottom? One of the things that JB likes to also promote is that we've had 8 credit upgrades since he started off back in 2019. So it would have been the election of 2018 when JB was elected for his first term. So in January, when JB started off, he's had these credit upgrades. Where has that launched us to? To number 49. We're tied with New Jersey. So if his credit upgrades have been so great in improving the state's overall financial well-being, then why isn't it reflecting itself? In fact, if all of these things, which JB doesn't seem to be grasping, 300,000 new startups, if that were true, 21, 22, then why aren't we seeing more of a lift in our economy statewide? Now, JB will somehow tell you that we are seeing a lift. I don't see it. If you see it out there, please come on board with the chat. Let us know where you're finding that there's an improvement in any economy across any of the 102 counties here in Illinois. So much to say about this topic. I hope you enjoy our short clips. By all means, subscribe. We need you. We want to continue to bring you this content. It's exciting. It's exciting for me because, it's something new. It's more than just the DPB show on Sundays from 1 to 3. It's DPB all week long. Can you believe that? That's enough to, obviously have you tune back in, right? Hey, we'll be doing more of these. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you participating in the chats. We also can't do it without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We will be back with another clip shortly.